title and description, and add links for your audience. Set privacy to public, choose your category, and upload a custom thumbnail. For latency, we recommend
Big wicket there for Nepal as they pick the skipper of USA. Last ball of the over. And will be a dot ball. A successful over from Arif Sheikh comes to an end. USA are 48 for 2 after 14. So it's going to be Lalit Narayan Rajbanshi. Will come in, spin in attack. A slip in position for him. Full drifting down leg. Not the ideal start, but I'm sure he'll come to terms in a delivery or so.
Yeah, in the context of the game, Gulshan Jha was just a bit expensive in his 2 overs, so that they've decided to replace him with some spin on offer. Lalit Rajbanshi. Gulshan Jha gave away 13 runs in his 2 overs, while the others have gone at an economy of 2.4 and 4, and Gulshan was just a little bit expensive.
Again, down the leg side will be called wide. Probably that's the idea for him, to try and get some turn from the leg stump. Keeping it full. There is a short fine leg. Maybe inducing that flick. Full on middle this time.
Looking for some turn, Lalit, but hasn't found any turn so far. That's why you see that he's a little too straight, looking for that turn, doesn't get any purchase of the wicket, and the ball's just carrying through the line so far.
Yeah, no turn so far, but what I like about him is that he's not bowling anything short. He's keeping them nice and full. There is a slip in position. There is a short mid-wicket. There is a covers in catching. So you can't try and toy with him. Dot ball. He's coming in really quick, not giving time to the batters to settle in, try and understand what the batters could plan against him. Yeah, short and wide this time, runs coming through. What he had done before this was absolutely on point. For this one delivery, pull the length back, try to keep it slightly wider, and a single was gifted.
And not bad bowling from Lalit so far, although he's not getting a lot of turn of this wicket. Slower in the air this time, and nicely worked away for a single. That's good running. You have to take those risks, although with Nepal, you don't want to take those risks, especially if it's Dipendra Singh Airi, because he is electrifying in the field. I would say he's one of the best in the world right now. Got 5 runouts in that World T20 qualifiers in 5 consecutive games, all 5 direct hits. So he is one to watch out for. Meanwhile, I think there's some injury on the ground while trying to stop that single. End of the over. USA 49 for 1, or rather 50 for 1.
Aerially played, chance. How good would that have been if that was taken just maybe millimeters away from the flying fielder there at cover?
Yeah, definitely half a chance, or maybe even half of half, because that was always travelling away from the short cover fielder.
Dipendra Singh Aire, the man you can't keep out as far as fielding is concerned. This time a better shot, but still just a single. I love the way he puts his body behind everything that's available. Yard and a half to his left or right. You can't even imagine that you'll be safe if you play there. Anticipates everything even before it's been played. I remember being in Bombay and Paul Collingwood had come in to do a fielding session. We were kids, age group cricket. Came in and there's one line, beautiful line that he said. He said, when you're fielding inside the circle, expect every ball to come at you. It's not just the wicket keeper who's receiving every ball. Think that every ball is coming at you and start anticipating that with the movement of the bat. Look at the bat, the way it's going, where it's going, and think of it that's coming to you. Left, right, front, back, stay ready. And how important is that as far as skill development is concerned?
Now, anticipation is key. We've always been told that you have to anticipate every ball that's been played is going to come towards you so that you're ready when it actually comes. And Dipendra Singh Aire is such a brilliant example of that. He's always wanting the ball to come to him. So he's always in the game, always giving his 100%. And that is why you see that he's so effective, because he wants the ball to come to him.
This time, away from him and runs. USA will get a boundary.
Such a good shot there. Not trying to play that in the air, playing along the ground. And the placement was perfect. Impeccable timing on that. And finishes the over with a 4. So 16 overs bowled. And the score is 60 for 2.
Whistles and cheers tell you that it's going to be Sandeep Lamichhane. Slip in position for Sandeep. He's been an international superstar for Nepal. A beautiful delivery first on the middle stump. Not a lot of spin was available. We've seen this early on. Will Sandeep be able to extract something of the surface? He's a lot quicker as compared to some of the other spinners in the world. This time pulling the length back. Every bowler has his own tricks, his own plans. Some, if they find an area early on, they just stick to that. Some want to try and experiment in their first over with their lines, with their lengths. This one was a fuller delivery. Sandeep Lamichhane.
Yeah, a name that is synonymous with Nepal cricket. Sandeep, one of the best spinners in the world. Another gem that's been playing for Nepal cricket for the last few years and has made a name for himself and for Nepal, not only in Asia but around the world. Plays a lot of franchise cricket and is a genuine match winner. Sandeep Lamichhane was brilliant with the ball in the T20 World Cup qualifiers recently in Oman. Got a 5-wicket haul against Qatar. That was on the 13th of October, not too long ago. That's been swept well. That's good counter-attack from Smith Patel, and he continues to hold that one end up and at the same time score runs for his side as well. Finishes the over with a 4. After 17, it's 63 for 2.
Spin in continuance. Lalit Rajbanshi has been asked to change ends. Wasn't really getting a lot of turn from the pavilion end, Rajbanshi. Sometimes it's about not just your skills, but also the ends that a bowler prefers, where the wind is blowing from or against you. Amount of grass on the surface, the kind of tackiness at one end coming in from wide outside the crease into the right-hander. He's using tactics.
A very smart thinking bowler, wily cricketer Lalit, and he's somebody who'll back his variations and his skill to the best. Got a 3-wicket haul against Samoa in Oman. So has been amongst wickets and has been in good form as well. Lalit has been drafted in the ODI side as well, backed by his performances in this format.
Angling it down leg. Runs coming in. When you're bowling in from that angle, the natural angle will take the ball down leg. And that's what he's been trying to do. Attack the leg stump, try and get some turn from the leg stump towards the middle. A little more drift down leg and you'll be punished. This time a much better line.
Yeah, the slower he bowls, the better, I think, especially if he wants to turn the ball. If you dart it in, the chances of ball turning or gripping off the surface, not that much. So you have to, at least on a few occasions, if not all, try to slow or flight the ball in the air. That's what Lalit has done well so far. Gave away just 3 runs in his 2 overs. Rather, in this over, just 3 runs. After 18 overs, USA are 66 for 2.
Sandeep Lamichhane will continue. Slip in position for him. The attacking mindset is great. runs will come in. A single this time. Nepal are looking for wickets. And they will be looking to try and break this partnership as soon as they can. Can't afford to let Smith Patel get away with this. He has an appetite for runs. Smith loves scoring those big ones. 152 not out his highest. Slip still in position. The skipper trusts the skill of Sandeep Lamichhane. The idea to continue with slip is to not just support your bowler but also to tell the batter that we are in the attack mode. We're not letting you loose. We're not giving you room to go out and play the way you wish to play. Straight down the track. A single. There's a quick chat between Arif and Sandeep Lamichhane. Mohammad Arif standing in the slips. He came running down, spoke to Sandeep and sprinted back. Wonder what that conversation was all about. Sometimes it's a tactical conversation, and sometimes it's just about, hey, let's just play a bluff and confuse the batter. Dot ball to end the over. 19 gone. It's 70 for 2. Lalit Rajbanshi. He'll continue from the far end. No slip for him though. And rightly so, because hasn't really been able to extract turn out of the surface. 70 for 2 in 19.1. As a spinner, I would always love to see a spinner having a slip. If nothing else, there is at least an illusion in the mind of the batter that the ball might turn.
Yes, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea, but I also feel that because it's Smith Patel on strike, who's now well set on 36, he's almost played 10 overs, so he's got a good idea of the conditions and he knows that the ball's not turning much, so they would rather have that fielder on the offside and try and put some pressure in the form of dot balls. And maybe that's why the slip has been taken off, not giving him that easy single that he is always looking for. He'll want to bat through now. He'll want to bat as deep as possible for USA. And if he does that, we know that he can bat through, because his highest score, 152, is when he was not out. He played through the innings. So he has that ability to do just that, and he'll be looking to replicate that today against Nepal.
USA have done well in this edition of the League 2. Opening the face of the bat, trying to guide it, but can't beyond Sandeep Lamichhane. Sitting at number 2 position, almost assured of the next stage, the qualifier stage. Darting onto the leg stump now. These are comfortable singles. Very, very easy. 20 overs gone. USA 72 for 2. Sandeep Lamichhane from the pavilion end. Pulling the length back, aerially played, and the ball has gone many a miles. The first maximum of the day as USA, they definitely know a thing or two about punishing a bad ball, and that definitely a rank bad one. There you go. A half tracker. Good transfer of weight. That will make amends really quick. Sandeep did bowl a shorter one in that previous delivery, which was not punished, but this time the batter is not being too kind. Again, trying to bowl a slightly shorter delivery. Did get some support at the square leg, just a single.
A good start to the over. And now they'll have all the freedom in the world to not try something extraordinary. Just look to rotate strike. A slip in place now for Sandeep, who does bowl those wrist spinners that turn away from the right-hander, and that's why it warrants a slip. So good captaincy from Rohit Patel. He's been a wonderful leader of the pack for Nepal. Has brought a lot of success for his side and continues to do so.
Punching it down straight. Runs have come in, 8 runs in this over, courtesy of that big 6. So don't need to do anything silly. Sandeep is still looking for that ball to turn. Slightly short this time. And the fielder cannot do anything but just watch the ball go past the boundary line. A 4 to end the over. 21 overs gone. It's 84 for 2. Lalit Rajbanshi to continue. Coming into bowler's 4th over. Just 9 runs so far in his 3 overs. Has been really tight in his lines. Using his feet this time, Smith Patel. But not successfully though.
Yeah, looking for that early boundary in the over. That's what they did against Sandeep as well. Got that 6, and now that 4 on the last ball of the over. We could see that placement was so good in front of square. Brings out the sweep again, Smith. This time there's protection in the deep, so will only be a single. And this partnership again brewing just at the right time for USA. So we can see that there is a tussle. There's a fight between bat and ball, as the intensity is consistent all throughout this game from the Nepali bowlers as well. looking for a wicket on a regular basis. That's excellent running again. A throw from Karan Casey. But they complete the single without much damage.
Yeah, the idea is to, in the hunt for a bound, lose what he's already gained. And that is the confidence of playing on the surface. The ease with which he's playing here. I haven't seen anyone else have that kind of seamless presence on the surface so far.
And I think that has to do a lot with the fact that he's been able to negotiate the early morning pressure and the conditions well. He's been technically very sound. He's not afraid to block the ball when it's needed. And I think mentally he's very tough. And that shows in his performance here today. He's got 39 of 63 and he continues to build on that. 22 overs bowled. USA are 86 for 2.
Change in bowling for Nepal as Sandeep Lamichhane, after his 3 expensive overs, has been asked to stay back. Arif Sheikh will come into bowl. That over was extremely expensive, that last over Sandeep that he bowled. A 6 to start with, a 4 to end with. The seamers have been able to do a lot better as compared to the spinners on the surface. But mind you, as the day progresses, the surface loses its moisture, starts getting a little dry, the ball starts getting a little softer. The spinners will come into play. Swing and a miss there.
And Nepal are looking for wickets, and that's why you can see that they've decided to quickly move on from the spinners and bring Arif Sheikh back into the attack. We might see Gulshan Jha back into the attack as well. He gave away 13 runs, if I'm not wrong, in 2 overs. So he might be brought back into the attack. As this, traditionally we've seen, Neil, that this wicket does provide some assistance to the fast bowlers, not so much for the spinners. This one's a little too straight from Arif Sheikh, and he'll have to reload that again. So yeah, I think the fast bowlers will hold the key in this game, not only for Nepal but for US as well.
And that's why Rohit has quickly made that change. Not really continuing and giving that free ride to the US batters, with spinners coming into play ineffectively. 88 for 2 in 22.3. But what is going to be interesting is to see, once the ball gets slightly older, how do the Nepal seamers then come back tactically? Because while the ball is new and shiny, the surface had a little bit of moisture early morning. The ball did a bit. Slowly and steadily, the Nepal bowlers will then have to rely on a line, a length, which will be challenging to the batters instead of trying to bowl with the same plan that they started off earlier today. Arif Sheikh trying to pull the length back this time. He'll get a single.
Yeah, the fast bowlers will have to, again, during the death overs, I'm sure they'll have their plans chalked out. Can't give away too many runs in that passage of play. But if USA, if they have wickets in hand, which they are planning to approach with that aspect, to just have wickets in hand in the last 15 overs, they'll definitely look to then tee off. So Nepal will have to be very cautious in the next 10-12 overs. They'll have to break this partnership, and they'll have to do that quickly. Smith Patel is on 40, Saiteja on 23, scoring at a brisk pace as the 23rd over comes to an end. USA are 90 for 2.
Lalit Rajbanshi will continue from the far end. So it's a combination attack, seam and spin, bowling in tandem. And rightly so. Rajbanshi has been fairly successful despite the fact that he's not been able to purchase turn. Giving flight, bowling it slower through the air. And maybe that is the difference between him and Sandeep Lamichhane. Sandeep generally tends to bowl them quicker through the air as compared to Lalit, who is giving a lot of air and finding some amount of success.
And also looking to mix it up, Lalit. So not afraid to flight the ball, but not afraid to dart the ball in as well. So you keep the batter guessing on what's coming up next. And Saiteja, he'll be a little cautious with the fielders inside the 30-yard circle, looking to stop the flow of runs. Just opens the face of the bat at the last moment. There are two fielders in that cover region, but he still manages to get a run, Saiteja. Another excellent middle order bat for USA. Has an average of 34, a highest score of 120, 200s in the ODI format for Saiteja. So very strong and formidable batting lineup for USA, and that is why they are where they are in the points table at number 2 in this ICC Men's CWC League 2.
A quick single there. And that's smart cricket. You don't need to look for boundaries always. As long as you're getting those singles, you're converting them into doubles. Keep the scoreboard ticking. Keep the bowler guessing. I quite like the approach here between Smith Patel and Saiteja. Played it back to the bowler. The experience of playing against quality bowling will always help them improve their game and take it to another level. And that's what the US batters would be thinking of doing. Meanwhile, dot ball to end the over. 24 overs gone, 92 for 2. Arif Sheikh will continue. It's a good ploy by Nepal. Getting a single. They're going for the second. Very smart cricket, Shoaib.
Yes, good start to the over, good intent, good cricket overall. Not a bad ball from Arif Sheikh, and then nicely worked away, just tucked it towards mid-wicket. And the moment he hit the ball, he knew that there was two on offer. So they ran the first run hard, put pressure on the ball, on the fielder, and then came back for the second. So that's excellent cricket. And now they're plugging that gap. So you could see there was Dipendra Singh Airi, who was at covers, now has been sent to short mid-wicket so that they don't give away that easy single. 5 fielders inside the 30-yard circle. And the ones that are inside the 30-yard circle are not on the circle. They're well inside so that they don't allow the batters to take those easy singles, which is the right thing to do, because you don't want them to rotate strike. You want them to feel the pressure of those dot balls and then maybe play a false shot, because this pitch is now getting better with every passing over, Neil.
Well, no doubts about it. Played it aerially, but landed safely, so no issues whatsoever. The wicket getting better to bat on, it also tells you that USA at some point in time will have to push the pedal. What they're going at currently, they'll have to change that and try and get a few quick ones. Maybe they'll try and target it at the 35 over mark, because if the wicket is getting better, well, they'll need to score more than 240, 250 to be in that zone to feel comfortable.
Yes, I think in the second innings, USA will look to cross that 250 run mark. If they can put that on the board, Nepal will have to chase those runs down, which could be a bit challenging. However, having said that, I think because we know that the wicket is going to get better, maybe 270, 280 should be the target for USA. I think that will be a safe score. But anything less than that, I think Nepal will fancy chasing it down.
You're right. They'll have to change gears as Arif comes into bowl. And a dot ball to end the over. Halfway mark, USA on 97 for 2.
Right then, change of ends for Sandeep as he comes to bowl from the Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road end. Flighted delivery, starts slower in the air, and that's what you want from Sandeep. I'm sure he too has gauged the conditions well now and has an idea of what pace he needs to be bowling at. Experience galore, Sandeep Lamichhane, and just again a world-class bowler. And you can't keep him away from the game. You know that while he's there, while he's at it, while he's bowling, he's always going to look for wickets. And there you can see the crowd that has come out in support. It's a Sunday, it's a weekend here in Dubai. And as expected, a lot of Nepali fans have come out in large numbers to support their side. Regardless of what the format is, it's a 50-over game or a 20-over game, doesn't matter. As long as it's Nepal team playing, they will have their supporters backing them up. expect that crowd to increase in numbers as the day progresses, and especially when Nepal comes out to bat in the second innings. I think that entire section is going to be jam-packed with fans and supporters. And lovely people, great people to hang around with. Always love their game. That's beautifully swept and swept hard. And that's been hit in front of square. No chance for the fielder to stop that. So after 4 consecutive dot balls, Smith Patel has hit a boundary and moves on to 48. What a shot that was, Neil.
Well, undoubtedly, this man who's played his age group cricket in India definitely knows a thing or two about playing against the spinners. A punchy drive will get a couple of runs. No, just a single. Good piece of fielding there. Sumpal Kami. And Sandeep Lamichane's over comes to an end. 26 overs gone. USA 102 for 2. Pace will continue as Karan Casey has been brought back, and I think, Shoaib, it's a good thought from the skipper to try and pick a wicket here. You bring your frontline bowler, try and get a wicket.
Yes, it's his second spell. You might see him bowl 3 spells today. Maybe a couple of overs here, trying to break this partnership as the 100-run mark has been crossed by USA in the previous over. So not a bad idea at all. Karan Casey, their prime bowler, the spearhead for Nepal. He's been brought into the attack. Maybe a couple of overs, maybe 3 as well if he really bowls well in search of that wicket.
You're right. I mean, if he picks a wicket here, will be very, very interesting. But he'll have to wait for that as Smith Patel gets his half century, 50 of 77. He's been a delight to watch Smith Patel. The way he has taken care of not just the innings for his own sensibilities of the surface, but also for USA when they lost 2 quick wickets, has been impeccable. I'll bring Smith Patel back on strike. 2 half centuries before this and a century. He's someone who loves scoring those big ones at bigger stages. Smith Patel played the 2012 Under-19 World Cup for India alongside Unmukh Chand. And then played for as many as 4 domestic sides in India before making that big move to the US. Didn't really have to take a lot of time to acclimatize because the family already was in the US. He wanted to pursue his cricketing career in India, and that's why he stayed back while the family was in the US. And finally, after making that big decision of moving to the US, has been successful after making his ODI debut in 2024. Smith Patel, a beautiful delivery there. Incredible. Karan Casey, he's been asking those right questions, but Will he pick a wicket now? That's the question that we need to ask, Shoaib.
Yeah, very well bowled. That was a really good delivery. And if Smith Patel, who's played 79 deliveries, was beaten all ends up, tells you that that was a jaffer of a delivery. And what a knock this has been. Let's look at that again. There you go. Just pitched in line and then shaped away just ever so slightly, beating the outside edge of the bat. A gritty knock this from Smith Patel. 50 of 79, make that 54, as that ball has been timed to perfection. Didn't try to hit it too hard, just the class of Smith Patel on display here at Dubai International Stadium. Ends the over with a 4, 6 runs coming off that current KC over, 27 overs bowled, USA are 108 for 2.
Sandeep Lamichhane, 4 overs 25. Still persistent with the slip. Oh, he's got some turn there. Outside off, rather way outside off, and got that ball to move away from the right-hander. I think the change of ends might just help him ask the right questions. This one drifting into the body of the right-hander. Sai Teja pushing it back. Sandeep Lamichhane is a warrior. He will try and prize the wicket out.
Just flights the ball in the air this time, slower in the air as well from Sandeep. And we all know that he is always looking for wickets. A genuine wicket taker. Doesn't matter if he's been hit for a few runs here and there. The belief that has been shown by Rohit Patel is a testament that he can change the game in a matter of few overs. Also, as a wrist spinner, I feel it is all so got to do with a lot of rhythm as a bowler. Once you're into a rhythm, once you get into your rhythm, you become even more lethal. And Sandeep Lamichhane hasn't just been able to find that today in this game. Hopefully he can do that. And a couple of wickets for Nepal will be wonderful for Sandeep and for their cause as well in this game.
Undoubtedly. Sandeep wearing his lengths really well. It's a very smart bowler, Sandeep. You cannot be anticipating what he's going to bowl. Plus has a quick arm action, which means that if you do not read him off the palm, which invariably gets difficult, you're more often than not late in playing that shot. Meanwhile, a single to end the over. 28 overs gone. USA 112 for 2. Karan Casey to continue. The hunt for a wicket is still on. Nepal desperately need a wicket, and especially of that man Smith Patel. 56 of 82. He's played a brilliant knock so far, and it's looking good for more, Shoaib.
Yeah, this partnership is worth 63 runs now. So goes to tell that it's not been easy for Nepal to break through this batting lineup of USA. runs have come, and the more time Smith Patel has spent out in the middle, the more dangerous he is proving out to be.
.56 for him. And one thing that I've noticed of him is that he has the patience of the long game. Just puts his head down, plays the good balls with respect, and attacks the poor ones. The hallmark of a well-trained cricketer. Keeping him company side Teja. If these two stick around till the 35th, I'm sure that a fantastic platform would be set for not just these two, but for the batters to come. Milind Kumar also. Mind you, in the same game that Smith Patel scored that 152, Milind Kumar scored a quick fire 115. So once a platform is set, it just becomes easy for some of the other batters to come in and start exploring. But this man, Karan Casey, 4 dot balls. Something has to give in now.
Yeah, good bowling from Karan Casey again. Just not allowing Smith Patel to rotate strike. And these two, like you mentioned, there's a lot of batting to come for USA. They've got Milind Kumar, who's been in good touch. Shayan Jahangir as well. That's hit straight back. And good fielding by Karan Casey of his own bowling. Never easy, that. 5 consecutive dot balls now. Could be the first maiden.
Now, Karan's already bowled a maiden.
He has. So it'll be his second maiden of the game. Just goes to say that it's been a tough going, but you have to give it to Nepal the way they've bowled. Just not been able to break through this partnership.
Karan Casey. Beautifully driven, but will be a dot ball to end the over. Another maiden over comes to an end. Karan Casey has bowled beautifully. 29 gone, 112 for 2. Punchy drive. USA 113 for 2. It's an incredible format. 3 teams play against each other in a double round robin format. The third team in this series is UAE, the host nation. USA, Nepal and UAE will be playing against each other twice. UAE are sitting at number 8 on the table. Beautifully driven, but good piece of fielding.
Well, it's Dipendra Singh Airi at covers, and that was a certain boundary. Had it not been him, because that was hit really hard, too much of force and power behind that shot, and he managed to stop that like a wall, is Dipendra Singh Airi. Very difficult to score runs around him.
Well, indeed, it's been phenomenal and inspirational. You see him doing that, and literally everyone in the field shakes off, even if there is half an ounce of doubt in their minds, and are ready to put in their 200%. Lamichane. This one's gone for the sweep. A single will come through.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of competitiveness amongst the players when they're on the field, but a very prime example of how they appreciate each other is when I had a small conversation with Mohammad Wasim, the captain of UAE, and we were discussing about how Dipendra Singh Airi had an impact in the field, and he was, without hesitation, he mentioned that Dipendra Singh Airi is one of the best fielders that he has seen, period. So if one good fielder is appreciating another, it tells you that the respect that they have mutually for each other, and also the caliber that we see on the cricket field from these athletes. Mohammad Wasim himself is a very good fielder, and he mentioned that Dipendra Singh Airi is one of the best that he's ever seen. So yes, that's he's a special talent. Meanwhile, this one's gone all the way for 4 runs. Not where he intended, Smith Patel, but doesn't matter. They'll take that. And you can see that Sandeep is disappointed, and rightly so, because it was not a bad ball. Just a lucky shot for Smith Patel for 4. 30 overs bowled, 121 for 2.
I reckon there'll be a reintroduction of Sompal Kami. Shouldn't be looking to continue with Karan Casey. Need to save him for the death. Sompal it is. Starts off with a drive straight to Dipendra Singh Airi. You mentioned about the fielding exploits of Dipendra Singh Airi. We saw those 5 direct hits in the T20 World Cup qualifiers. Many a times, the optics of some of the bigger players, some of the bigger nations overshadow those of some from the associate nations, which is so unfair. But then, hey, these are the places, these are the platforms where the world is watching. And I can tell you one thing, that the Nepal fans ensure that everything that these cricketers do is made into brilliant reels and shared to millions of viewers around the world. Meanwhile, Sompal Kami bangs it shot, has been played gorgeously. Smith Patel gets a boundary.
Well, that length and at that pace, Sompal Kami is asking for trouble, especially against Smith Patel, because he is so good. He's well set. He's reading the ball, the line, the length, and had all the time in the world to play that in front of square. Normally, a pull shot, the ball will go towards the square leg region, but this one is almost towards the long on region, wide of the long on region, and that's gone for 4 runs. So tells you that he's played that with utter disdain, Smith Patel, and he's looking dangerous. This is not good news for Nepal, because it seems like he might just hang out till the last over, and that's not going to help Nepal's cause. So they need a wicket, and they need it now.
Well, indeed. But how do you pick a wicket? Smith Patel has found some massive liking for this surface. He's understood the finer nuances that the surface brings to the table and has been able to deliver with the right timing, to say so, for USA. 126 for 2 in 30.3. 5 runs already of the Sompal Kami over. And you're right, the pace at which Kami bowls, he bowled that length, you're asking for trouble. Try and bowl fuller. Oh, lets it go this time. This time. I'm still trying to understand that field placement by Sompal Kami. Mid-on, mid-off, both inside the 30-yard circle. It tells you that he's not going to bowl full. And back of the length, you do not have that pace to actually bounce Smith Patel.
Yeah, 5 fielders inside the 30-yard circle. Now, as you can see, there's a mid-off and mid-on. I think another shortish delivery. This time it's been pulled as well. And 2 boundaries in the over, both in that same region. Smith Patel is looking really, really lethal now. That shot of good length not working for Sompal Kami. But Smith won't be complaining. He'll play that shot all day, all night long with the field position that is in place.
That completely beats me. The field placement and opting for that length, unless you are intending to make Smith Patel falter on his pull shots. Using his feet this time, straight-ish, a beautiful piece of fielding. Got his hand onto the ball. It's the skipper Rohit Patel. What should have been a boundary. Very well saved. Saved a couple of runs for his side. End of the 31st, 132 for 2. Introduction of Kushal Bhurtel from the 3-1-1 end. Oh, more runs coming for USA. This time towards the mid-wicket region. 4 runs.
Well, it's Sai Teja who's taken the attack to the opposition. Kushal Bhurtel coming in to bowl his first over, first ball, and he's been welcomed with a boundary towards the onside. So the pressure now mounting on the Nepali bowlers. You could see that it was not all that short, but just enough for Sai Teja to rock back onto the back foot and play that in the gap for 4 runs.
Well, yeah. And the way next delivery takes a single and gets off strike. Smart cricket. One wonders if Nepal is running out of options. Their prime spinners haven't been able to pick wickets. Seamers have been taken for runs. And all of a sudden, they're trying to understand how to break this partnership. And what was really surprising was that Karan Casey bowled a maiden over, and the very next over, there was no repercussion. In fact, more runs came in favor of USA. So while pressure was created by Karan Casey, it almost was deflated by Sandeep Lamichhane coming into bowl from the other end.
Yeah, the plans haven't worked for Nepal as much as they would have liked, and that credit has to go to the batters of USA, to be honest, because it's not all that bad a bowling from Nepal. It's just some really good application in the middle from the USA batters that has resulted in this partnership brewing out there in the middle, and which is now worth quite a lot. In fact, I'm just trying to find out what this partnership is worth now. And in the meanwhile, it's 7 runs of this Kushal Bhartel over, 32 overs bowled, 139 for 2, partnership worth 89 runs.
Sompal Kami will continue. An expensive over, 11 runs conceded of that one. Oh, got that thick outside edge. But did not carry to any place uncertain. Just a single. Saiteja indicating that the ball is still moving.
Yeah, off the deck, I think there is some movement, and that has what has troubled the batters just a little bit. There's a change in the field for Smith Patel. There's a different field for Sai Teja. The short mid-wicket fielder was in place for Sai Teja. For Smith, it's the deep mid-wicket that comes in.
Oh, look at that. Good presence of mind. Moved the ball away from the stumps. Smith Patel. I think Kami has found the length right in this over as compared to the previous over that he bowled, where he was bowling a little too short. This time he's just bowled at that good length area, getting the ball to move from there. Mind you, this is not the end from which he started his bowling. He's bowling from the other end. Second spell comes to bowl from the pavilion end. So a little bit of adjustments will be needed. And he's made them quick in this over.
And that's what good players do. That's what good bowlers do. They understand what they've not done right and then change their plan and attitude and adapt. And that is what Sompal Kami has done well in this over. Bowling that right length. Again, experience. A lot of experience for Sompal Kami. So you expect them to bounce back. And I have enjoyed this contest between bat and ball. You know, it's not always, that's nicely timed, it's not always about 4s and 6s and wickets. It's also about that tussle between bat and ball, the mind games, the attitude, the application, the discipline. That is what actually brings that flavor to this format. It's the test and trial by fire. You can't just go out and try to swing the bat hard. You have to have the right technique and also the right mental approach to score runs in this ODI format.
Undoubtedly. You're absolutely right. The ebbs and the flows of the game are so typical of this format. Oh, there's a chance of a run out!
Oh,
and that is what it is going to be. We just spoke about it. The ebbs and the flows, the lack of concentration, just a little lapse. And there's a big price to pay. Who is at fault? We will decide all of that later. But right now, it is that big fish, Smith Patel, 75. And he has to take that long walk back out in a fashion that he would not have imagined.
Well, sometimes you want a little bit of luck going your way. And this is the moment. This could be a game-changing moment for Nepal. Hit that right from the middle of the bat and didn't even look towards his partner. Ran blindly, and what a good presence of mind from Sompal Kami to come back to the stumps, collect the ball, disturb the bails and send the batter back. Smith Patel, well, this is going to be a big opening for Nepal. This is what they were waiting for. This is what they were looking for. And in the end, it's wicket number 3 down for USA.
Back from a well-deserved break for everyone, as Sompal Kami will come in to bowl. The last ball of the over. A successful over from the context of the game. Just 3 runs, rather 4 runs and a wicket. 33 overs gone. USA 143 for 3. Kushal Burtel will continue from the 3-1-1 end, and a slip has been given to him as Milind Kumar, the new batter, will be on strike, and rightly so. New batter in the centre, put in some pressure, try and create that sense of urgency of picking wickets. Milind might just take a little bit of time to understand what the surface has to offer. But what a breakthrough for Nepal.
Absolutely. I think this is the opening that they were waiting for, looking for. Now that they've got it, they'll look to get inroads in this batting lineup of USA. 143, still a lot of overs left for USA in the game, but that one wicket in the form of a run out, especially, Neil, we've seen this a lot of times. That's the last thing you want, because a run out, it not only means that you've lost a wicket, but it also deflates the entire morale, the entire mood of the team. The other batter who's coming out to bat, he'll have something to say to the batter who's out there in the middle. So that just derails the entire flow and the momentum of the team, and it does take a bit of time, and it is difficult to then bounce back into the game.
Well, undoubtedly, those little unforced error, if one has to draw parallels to tennis, where it's not the opposition that has created that, or rather caused that fall of wicket, unless it's a direct hit that comes in from Dipendra Singh Aire, then it's by all means, it's all him. Otherwise, when it's a self-inflicted error, just in case, like in case of Smith Patel, does cause a deflationary effect. Meanwhile, a single there for Sai Teja will bring Milind Kumar back on strike. Or rather, Milind Kumar will have to wait for the strike. End of the over, 34 gone, 145 for 3. Sandeep Lamichhane, change of ends for him, as he comes in from the pavilion end. Spinners usually do not like so many changes of ends unless they haven't found that one good area to bowl off from.
And they like familiarity, they like consistency as a bowler, especially as a wrist spinner. I say that again, it's not easy to build a rhythm. Sandeep Lamichhane will enjoy now that he's seen the back of Smith Patel. This is an opening for him to now bounce back and bowl his remaining overs and maybe get a wicket or two to his name. This ground, the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Oh, there you go. We're talking about a wicket. Sandeep Lamichhane, you can't keep him away from the game for too long. He comes, he bowls, he strikes, and there's a loud roar in the stadium, and that's because Lamichhane gets his first wicket. It's the set Sai Teja who'll have to walk back.
How poor is this for USA? Drag that ball into the stumps, and Sai Teja has to walk back. The two set batters now back in the dugout. USA, these are sirens of trouble. Shayan Jahangir will come in. And look at the turn in this game all of a sudden. A run out, and then Sai Teja is bowled by Lamichhane. Now, if you're a keen observer of the game, you'll have to just watch how quickly Sandeep Lamichhane will bring in some field changes. He'll bring in some fielders in catching. He'll try and induce pressure, play some mind games. Because there are two new batters in the centre. Mind you, Shayan Jahangir yet to face a delivery, and Milind Kumar has just faced 3. It's almost like a reset at a juncture where USA would have thought to actually skyrocket off from.
Yeah, that is what one good run out can do. One bad decision can affect you as a team. We spoke about those small moments, and that was enough for Nepal to bounce back at least in this game. 143 for 2 and now 146 for 4. Suddenly that scorecard is not looking all that great for USA. Meanwhile, this one's been hit towards the deep square leg. So you can see how quickly time changes and the game situation changes, Neil.
Well, at one point in time, it looked like it was all USA. And now, the way this wicket fell of Sai Teja, it definitely tells you a different story altogether. Too close to cut. What are these batters doing? Preempted. There's a slip in position. There was a wicket that just fell in a very similar fashion a while back. And Milind Kumar trying to execute a similar shot. A much better way to play that with a straight bat. 35 overs gone. USA 147 for 4. Kushal Bhurtel will continue. Double spin attack for Nepal. Letting it go. And rightly so, you don't really need to do anything with a delivery which is so wide outside off.
Shahan now joining Milind Kumar. 2 new batters, as you pointed out, Neil. Just exactly what they wanted. Meanwhile, that's been hit straight to Dipendra Singh Airi. And he's again put in the dive and not allowed the ball to pass. You can see appreciation from the captain straight away, running all the way from backward point and letting Airi know that he's done a wonderful job. Again, to his right, it was like a tracer bullet. No chance to even react. And he's done well to stop that.
Yeah, almost instinctive. And that's a lot smarter. Instead of playing towards covers, try and play towards cover point and run.
Yeah, I'm sure they too will have discussed this in their team meeting. Dipendra Singh Airi would have definitely come up as one who's a wicket taker, not with the ball, but in the field. So you have to be very cautious when you're playing a ball towards him.
This time, they stay away from Dipendra Singh Airi. They stay straight towards long off and will get a boundary.
Yeah, just using his feet. Kushal Bhurtel trying to bowl that full. Milind Kumar stepping down the track and playing it straight over the bowler's head. No chance for the fielder to stop that. And will get 4 runs. His first boundary. Some counter-attack from Milind Kumar in this over. Using his feet again. This time a mistimed hit.
He's a technically sound batter, Milind Kumar. And add to that, has that flamboyance of going big. 2 centuries to his credit in ODI cricket, 4 half centuries.
Yeah, he's one who's played a lot of domestic cricket in India, originally from Delhi. Milind Kumar, 34 years of age, has been part of the IPL in India. So he's rubbed shoulders with the best in the business. That's nicely played. Played it late, played it fine, and plays it for 4.
But runs coming in, and coming in at good pace in this over. The USA boys wouldn't really complain. End of 36th. USA 156 for 4. Seven overs, 40 for 1 for Sandeep Lamichhane. Over the cover fielder, but the ball will not go the distance. Just a couple of runs. Hasn't been the best day for Sandeep Lamichhane as far as the number of runs he's conceded are concerned.
Yes, like I said, he's not his regular self, not his usual best, but he still managed to get a wicket, and I completely understand why Rohit Paudel is going with him, because another wicket or two here will just work wonders for Nepal, and he definitely has the knack of taking wickets. That's exactly what we meant. That's a much better delivery, a little too full on the previous occasion, but this time he gets his length right.
Well, yeah, and he's not giving them any width. Mind you, just trying to keep it an inch or two outside off, by virtue of which you can't cut the slightly shorter delivery, and at the same time, it's not full enough for you to drive. So smart bowling by Sandeep Lamichhane. When the ball is not turning, it is then your ability to bowl it at the right lengths, the right areas, so that the batters create some problems for themselves. A beautiful delivery. That one came in. Back to the bowler. He took the slip off. So the idea, the intent is to try and keep the ball close to the body of the batter. 3 dot balls on the trot. Oh, has cut. This time there will be runs. There is the chase, but the ball will win the race. 4 runs.
Yeah, not a bad ball, but just a super shot from Super Shayan, because that was quick and that was outside off. Just enough width to play that ball late, used the pace on offer and threaded that gap like a needle, Shayan Jahangir, between the 2 fielders, and no chance for the fielder to stop that. So runs for Shayan, runs for USA, and Sandeep continues to be a bit expensive in his spell. Much better this time on the stumps, and he knows that he's bowled at one not so good delivery, and he's been taken for runs on that one. 37 overs bowled, 13 more to go. USA are 162 for 4.
Okay, so Dipendra Singh Aire will come into bowl now. That's an interesting ploy. The skipper is looking for wickets. They've realized that They haven't been able to extract those from their usuals. So why not give it to the man who can do no wrong?
Yeah, Dipendra Singh Arya has become a usual now. He bowls a lot for Nepal, and he bowls at very important times of the game. So in the middle overs or even in the 20-over format, you see him coming in and bowling some really quick overs. Very effective. Doesn't spend a lot of time, doesn't give a lot of time for the batters to settle. And between the two deliveries, he's always looking to come back and bowl as quick as possible. Always ready, always raring to go, full of energy. Really enjoy watching him play. And he's the kind of a bowler or a cricketer you would want to pay and come and watch. That's the class of Dipendra Singh Arya. Really wonderful athlete in all three aspects of the game.
Well, indeed, one of those special talents that we've seen coming from Nepal. And well, we just appreciate his efforts in the field. There's nothing that one can think he does wrong. A single to end the over. 38 gone. USA 166 for 4. So 75 for Smith Patel and 42 for Sai Teja. But then the juncture at which these two wickets fell almost felt like it could derail a very smooth flowing USA batting, Shoaib.
Yeah, that wicket definitely has changed the face of the game. As Lalit Rajbanshi comes back into the attack. Left arm spinner. Not a bad idea to bring him back into the attack. He too will be raring to go now, looking for a wicket. As Shayan Jahangir comes and takes a quick single. Pakistan-born Shayan Jahangir, now playing for US, just like a lot of other colleagues of his coming from India. Milind Kumar, an example, you were talking about him. Born in Delhi, played a lot of cricket, played for in the IPL as well, for RCB and for Delhi Daredevils as well. Was in the squad and then from there moved on to US. Also worked at the ONGC in India, that's the Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, one of the teams that do really play well in the domestic circuit. So yes, again, a lot of experience between these two.
Well, yeah, ONGC reminds me of good old playing days of mine, where a dear friend of mine, RP Singh, used to play for ONGC. Played a couple of games against him. Trying to take a quick single. And beautifully done so. Good calling. Played that shot. Was convinced that they will complete that single. Though a little stutter at the start, but apart from that, all good.
There was a run. It was just the stutter that made it look like it was too close. But in the end, they managed to get a run. Brings Shayan Jahangir on strike. Has played the first-class cricket back in Pakistan for the Pakistan International Airlines, the PIA.
Never too easy to leave everything that you've done in your home country and then to move to a new nation, settle in and restart. Mind you, for players that look for residency in another countries, they have to spend There is a qualification process. We'll talk about that after this over. 39 gone. It's 168 for 4. Dipendra Singh Aire will continue his exploits with the ball. This time down the leg side. Big chase and the ball just slows down near the boundary line. A few runs will be added to the total. We're talking about players who move from their home country to a new nation. In case of USA, also teams like UAE, where players from India and Pakistan have found their new cricketing home. Regulation states that meanwhile, there's uppishly played, and has he taken it clean? Yes, he has. Beautifully taken near the boundary line. Shayan Jahangir trying to go for the big one, but Arif Sheikh near the boundary line takes a catch, and Dipendra Singh Aire has done what he was called for.
Yeah, the magic works. The wonder kid, the wonder man, Dipendra Singh Aire does wonders for his team yet again as he brings another breakthrough, another important wicket. It is Shayan Jahangir who will have to walk back, looking to accelerate. He scored 11 of 17, but now will have to take the long walk back as Nepal get their 5th wicket. USA 171 for 5.
So it's going to be Shubham Ranjane, 31-year-old, making his debut today at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Big shout! No, you don't want to be called out on the first ball on your debut.
Yeah, early nerves, jitters. Just imagine the thought process and the kind of emotions that would be running through his heart and mind right now. Good ball there. Some turn for Dipendra Singh Aire. The umpire thinks it was missing the stumps. As a debutant, Ranjane will want to just ensure that gets off the mark. That is supposed to be his first and primary motive. Get that first run on the board.
I say this story very, very often. And this story is from the great Sachin Tendulkar. I met him once, I spoke to him and I said that how difficult is it, or is it the most difficult thing to cross over from 99 to 100 psychologically? He said, no, there's something more difficult, and that is to cross over from 0 to 1. And I reckon that's exactly the challenge Shubham would be facing. End of the 40th, USA 171 for 5. Lalit Rajbanshi. 6 overs, just 15 runs. Look at that economy. He's been exceptional. Though not rewarded with a wicket, but I tell you, the pressure that he has put in to the batters, unparalleled. Runs on the first ball, and they'll bring Ranjane to strike. Born in Pune, Ranjane, again a product of Indian age group cricket, migrated to the USA. And those are his first international runs. The fear of that big duck gone.
Yes, he's got that first run up and running in the international circuit, Shubham Ranjane. And hopefully he can score tons of runs for his team, for his newfound home, and can contribute to a lot of wins for his side. What a time to come out to bat for somebody like Shubham Ranjane. Now, they've lost 5 wickets. He's come out to bat around the 40th over, 10 more overs to go, giving company to Milind Kumar, who himself has not played a lot of international cricket, just 10 one-day internationals, so young career for him in that regard. But he has been prolific in this format. That's beautifully done. They'll come back for 2. Milind Kumar, he's the second highest run getter for USA in this edition of the ICC Men's CWC League 2, just behind his skipper Munang Patel. So he's been amongst the runs, and he has scored vital runs for his side. Can he do it today as well, is the big question.
The responsibility will be on him. And doesn't he love shining under those challenging times? Maximum for Milind Kumar.
What a shot there. Just a little too short from Rajbanshi. And Milind Kumar, so quick to read that length. Not all that quick from Lalit. And that allowed him to rock on the back foot and play that so very well. Execution, brilliant. Flat 6 from the bat of Lalit Kumar. From the bat of Milind Kumar, beg your pardon.
24 of 19 for him. 10 runs of this over. We're talking about how economical Lalit Rajbanshi has been, but this over will tell you a different story. Last ball. Milind Kumar on strike. And defensively played back to the bowler. End of the over, 41 gone, 181 for 5. Sandeep Lamichhane from the far end. And this is yet again that he is changing ends. That is despite the fact that he picked up a wicket from the pavilion end. A single for Shubham. 182 for 5 and 41.1. A little under 9 overs. How many can USA add to their total?
Yeah, that is going to be the million-dollar question, isn't it, Neil? Now, at one point in time, we thought that 270, 280 was achievable for USA. They've lost wickets in clusters, and suddenly that looks a little difficult. Having said that, in the same breath, I'd like to add that Milind Kumar is still out there, so he can still take USA to that total. In another 9 overs, they can look to get another 80, 90 runs. That will take them there. But it's going to be tough because they'll have to bat really well against a very formidable bowling lineup of Nepal. So, ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts for the next 10 overs because there's going to be a lot of entertainment, either from the Nepali bowlers or from the USA batters. But entertainment is 100% guaranteed.
Well, undoubtedly, and watch out for this one on your screen, Milind Kumar. Very compact, yet explosive. Shubham Ranjane, meanwhile, with the early nerves of his shoulders, want to make it count. Has played domestic cricket in India for Mumbai as well. So if you played for Mumbai, if you're good enough to play for Mumbai, I reckon you're good enough to play for most of the bigger teams, because that's one domestic side that to break into itself is a bigger challenge than breaking into most of the franchise leagues in the world.
Yes, it's so tough to get into the Mumbai side. Like you pointed out, they're the domestic champions, the heavyweights when it comes to Indian cricket. Most Ranji Trophy winners, the Mumbai side, and they've dished out talent like it's no one's business. We talk about greats. A lot of greats have come from that Mumbai side. We'll talk about that. Meanwhile, 42 overs bowled, 185 for 5. That's the score for USA. 8 more overs left in this game. And we are into the final lap of the first innings.
It's going to be time to reintroduce Karan Casey into the attack. He's bowled brilliantly today. Exceptional. 7 overs, 18 runs and 2 maidens. Has been wicketless. But that could change. A chance of a run out there. Puts in a good dive, Milind Kumar. And has ensured that there is no trouble in the USA camp.
His wicket is going to be very crucial now from here on for USA. He needs to bat through. And he's definitely got a start. That's the run again. Took that first run quick and then came back for the second. Had to sprint and put in the dive. Knows and values his wicket. Knows the importance of how crucial it is for him to stay there. And puts in the dive. In the end, they managed to get 2 runs.
There's going to be Shubham Ranjane on strike. Fun fact. In his very first game for Mumbai, Shubham Ranjane was bowled by arguably the best bowler in today's cricket.
Jasprit Bumrah.
Jasprit Bumrah playing for Gujarat against Mumbai. Bowled Shubham Ranjane. just goes on to tell you that the kind of talent that is on display at the international circuit today. It's not just that they wake up one day and they are out in the field and they're giving us all the entertainment. They've gone through years of hard training, massive rigmaroles, playing for various teams through the age groups, and finally reach at a level where they represent a country. Many have to give up on their dreams for playing for one country, maybe pack their bags and move to another nation to play. But the talent is just so amazing that it just shines. You put them in any corner of the world.
Yes, like you rightly pointed out, it's about grinding it out in the middle and rubbing shoulders with the best in the business, and then you come out to play for your country. Now playing for USA, they need to bring all that experience onto the fore, and that is why we see that the journey that USA has had in this ICC Men's CWC League 2. They're in the number 2 position in the points table, and that's because they work like a well-oiled unit, especially in the ODI format and also in the T20 format. The way they played in that T20 World Cup in their own backyard, but against the big boys of world cricket,
True.
beating Pakistan in the T20 World Cup, qualifying for the Super 8s, and ensuring that they play the next World Cup as well. So a lot of credit has to go to these cricketers for the way they've expressed themselves and the way they've brought these proud moments for their country.
Well, indeed, more conversation on that. Meanwhile, it's 43 overs gone, 191 for 5. Lalit Rajbanshi to replace Sandeep Lamichhane. He comes to bowl his 8th. I don't think the spinners will trouble this pair. Both have played a lot of cricket in the subcontinent conditions growing up, which primarily means that they're used to playing spinners. They're used to playing bowlers who vary their pace, try and bowl different lengths, change angles. Milind Kumar, 30 of 28, is on strike. Rajbanshi. Oh, beautifully bowled there. He saw Milind Kumar using his feet early on, changed his length, angled the ball into the body, ensuring that Milind couldn't make the best out of that opportunity. Oh, that's a rare feat. Take a video clipping of that and save it, because you may not get to see that ever again. Dipendra Singh Aire and a little misfield. That's also rare.
Yeah, that's very rare indeed. Don't see that too often. But they didn't take a run. Or did they? They did, in fact, get through the non-striking end somehow. They come back for 2 now this time. That's good running. And good placement of the ball there as well. They knew exactly where the fielders were. And these boundaries are big here, Neil. They are right at the edge of the green field, so you can have a guess. Normally, when we are here at the Dubai International Stadium, the ropes are well inside, but for this game in particular, the boundaries are really big. So you'll have to run really hard between the wickets, and you have to keep rotating strike because the boundaries are not going to be easy to come by.
Which is so true. And that's why we've seen the batters pushing hard for those singles and doubles through and through. It's an interesting game, this. USA versus Nepal. Earlier today, Nepal won the toss, elected to bowl first, beg your pardon, putting USA to bat, and USA are 197 for 5 after 44.
Right, then 197 on the board. You're talking about what is a good total for Nepal to be chasing in the second innings. My name is Shoaib. With me in conversation is Neil. And while we thought at one point in time that 270 would have been a good score, it doesn't look like they'll get there. They need some big hitting just like that. Up and over the mid-off fielder. Kushal Bhurtel with the effort. And very well done. He saved, I think, 1 run, if not more. But every run saved, Neil, is a run scored.
100%. Put in that massive sprint, Kushal Bhurtel, and then drew that ball back in. Beautifully done. Saving a single for his side. But efforts like these, they go on to tell you a story that the Nepalese fielders, they want to put in everything they have for every single run in the game. Karan Casey comes into bowl again. Trying to go big over fine leg. Missed it completely. But that's all right. They'll steal a single.
And the 200 comes up in this over for USA. Make that 201 with that run. Yeah, it was a safe shot to play, and I say that because it was outside off, so that leg before, risk is not there anymore when you're playing it outside the off stump and trying to ramp that over short fine leg. So the idea was right, the execution not all that great. Now, this is not a happy hunting ground for Nepal, and I don't like reminding this to the Nepal fans, but it is what it is. We'll discuss about that in just a bit. Now he gets the ramp shot right. Now the execution is even better, and the result is a desired result for US. Milind Kumar gets that over fine leg for 4.
Well, yeah, it's almost like Milind Kumar telling his partner that this is how you play this shot, not by getting the ball smacked in your face. So, pretty much of an appreciation coming in for Milind Kumar by his partner. 17th boundary, just the 17th boundary, and 3 sixes so far. Also brings home the same point that he made, Shoaib, that not too many boundaries, not too many runs coming off the boundaries as well. We'll have to change that script. We'll have to change that conversation because runs are coming in, and coming in the form of boundaries, back-to-back force.
That's much better, and even more innovation on display from Shubham right now. No, is it Milind? Yes. Played it late, played it fine, played it in the gap, and watched it right till the end. When the ball met the bat, he was right there watching it, guiding it, maneuvering it in the gap for 4.
Well, beautifully done. This is an expensive over. 12 runs coming off it. 2 boundaries included. Karan Casey, who had given away just 23 runs before this. all of a sudden, the economies are changing. Stays on the back foot and has played it towards the square leg. Just a couple of runs will be added to the total. I like the way the aggression is setting in as far as Milind Kumar and co are concerned.
Yes, good over this in the context of the game for USA. 14 runs off it. We're talking about Nepal and Nepal playing here at the Dubai International Stadium. The last 3 matches they've played, they've lost and they've not been able to chase targets. 203, 169 and 208. These were the targets that were put for Nepal and they were not able to chase that. This is 211 now, which is even more than what they were put to chase in the previous matches. Hopefully, they can chase it today. But yes, it's not a very happy hunting ground for Nepal. They would want to change that here today. 5 more overs to go. 30 legal deliveries left. USA looking for that 250 run mark. 211 for 5.
Lalit Rajbanshi. I like the approach of this pair. They're not wasting too many deliveries. Not that they have the luxury of it either.